welcome to my channel. My name's Ingrid, and if you don't know me by now, I'm currently trying for baby number 6 with my husband Aaron, and we've been trying since September 2018. So yeah, it has been a little bit of a roller coaster. If you don't know, you can go back on my journey. It really helps other TTCers if you join the community by subscribing. Reason being, we answer everyone's questions in the comments down below, and we really have got a lovely network here where we are just friends. It's amazing how many of you Instagram message me as well privately on Ingrid Ingy Mum Love. And find me there if you don't want to message me down below on the comments. And you know, we cover a range of subjects here: reflexology, TTCing, breastfeeding, mid-cycle bleeds, ovulation tests, pregnancy tests, all sorts of things that you think, oh, is this normal, is this not? We talk really TMI as well. So if there are little issues that are bothering you, like you want to know what cervical mucus you need to try for a baby, or maybe there's little hiccups along the way that you're just not sure about, please message us, because if I don't answer in the comments below, someone else will. If I don't answer, I will always say hi and give my opinion, but if I can't answer and I don't know the answer, someone else may have had that personal experience. So this community is amazing. I never knew about it when I had my first and second baby, and when I had my third, again, I wasn't really into manic testing with pregnancies, didn't know about chemical pregnancies, didn't really know that you could test way before your period with a pregnancy test. So everything has really, my eyes have opened up with the last 3 pregnancies that I've had. Saying that, I have had a couple of miscarriages in this 2 years of trying. They haven't been, you know, I've taken them as a positivity thing. I've taken it like, well, at least I know that I've got an egg, and at least I know that my husband's got a seed. It must just be a bit of tweaking we need. Reason being, I think it's good with a positive attitude, and I definitely think, like my last vlog I was saying, please, please, please go down the self-care route before you start getting into a real panic and worry about money and IVF and is there something more sinister going on? Because long as you're not in absolute agony and in pain and bleeding all the time, long as there's not other underlying issues like lumps and bumps and things that you're concerned about, it could just be a simple thing like you're getting the timing wrong. You might ovulate slightly later in your cycle than you think you might, and therefore, you know, you might baby dance, as in have sex, like day 6, day 9, day 12, and you might ovulate on day 18 and completely miss the train. Do you see what I mean? So there's lots of self-care you can go through. You can get a free vitamin and folate check on the NHS if you're from UK. You can definitely invest in vitamins which will enrich your egg quality, such as your B12, such as your CoQ10. There are a lot of things out there on the market that you can research before you try, and maybe go through it with your GP as well. Hello.
Oh, you thank you for my lab.
Oh, you're welcome. You wanted a little snacky. So we're just talking to the ladies and people out there who are trying for a baby. So you sit there quietly. So yeah, self-care is everything, I believe, and I did take vitamin B12. It didn't agree with me. It did bring on a mid-cycle bleed because the GP thought maybe I had too much of it in my body already, and that brought her on to do my folate and vitamin check, and it came back I was absolutely fine on B12. But that is really good, as a follower called Kitty on here told me, very good for your egg quality, but also your bones. Very good for fertility, but it's really great to regulate your ovulation as well. I had no problem with ovulation. I think I took it because I'd miscarried and I thought it might enrich the proteins in my body. Didn't really know where I was going with, you know, when I took it. But I took it for about 3 weeks, and in that 3 weeks had a really weird 4 DPO mid-cycle bleed, which led me on to going to my GP because it was so like unusual for me. Obviously your bleeding's going to be different if you've had a miscarriage. That is completely normal. Most bodies take a good 3 to 6 months to get over a miscarriage, even if you've only had a 5 to 6 week pregnancy. Doesn't sometimes mean what the gestation of, you know, because you've had a small gestation like 5 to 7 weeks, you're going to have a light bleed and get over it quick. I had a 5 week 6 day miscarriage this last time, and I was heavy for a couple of days, light for a couple of days, and I really thought I'd get over it quick. But actually, I'm on my 4th cycle of trying this time. So I've had now 3 clear periods. I'm on cycle 4 and I'm ready to embrace it. Last time I had a 7-week miscarriage and I had quite a heavy bleed for a few days, and I felt my body was probably in tune a little bit beforehand. So I think really you've just got to go with what you think and what your body's telling you. But definitely go through the self-care route before you panic and before you start enlisting your names on private hospitals and medical bills. Because I've already said if I don't fall in the next, say, 6 months to a year, I will probably have an ovarian scan just to see if my egg supply is still there and still fairly good. I know though that I have got eggs because I'm still having periods, I'm still ovulating, I have been pregnant although miscarried. So I'm going down the route at the moment of just enriching the quality of my egg. I've chosen to take COQ10 in its purest absorbency. I've taken at the moment 900 milligrams a day and I'm on my 3rd month of taking that. That's 3 capsules. It's in Amazon, very easy to get, and if you get high absorption and in the purest form, they recommend if you've been TTCing a while or you've got PCOS or you've had quite a lot of trouble, this is fertility experts in the USA, they recommend to take 600 milligrams to 1,000 a day. Although on the bottles it does say on this one 1 capsule a day, but I know that there's been lots of ladies out there taking 3, but I know for a fact you can definitely take more than 300 milligrams a day. You might want to check with your GP or your medical provider just to make sure it's for you, because if you've got diabetes or you've got thin blood or you're on blood thinners, there's something that you can't take COQ10, or you might have to take a lesser amount. So do check that it's suitable for you before you take it. But that will enrich your egg quality. Also, what enriches your egg quality, as we know, is a fish oil supplement. If you're vegan or vegetarian, there's probably other alternatives out there. At the moment, I'm taking Zita West, who's another fertility expert, her DHA Vital. They're vegetable capsules, they're green. You get, I think, 60 capsules for about £15 on Amazon. They're in a grey box, and they also do one suitable for the man. So if you've got a partner who's willing to take them, they enrich the sperm quality as well as the egg quality. So I'm taking 2 of those a day, along with the COQ10. I'm then taking a folic acid. I'm taking a very pure one. I think I get 360 tablets, and I paid, I think, a £5 for them. The whole combo cost me just under £50 from Amazon, and it was recommended by Louisa Ziesman on her Instagram channel on a TTC vlog she did about 1.5 years ago, where she had people trying for a baby, some of them 8 years. This is why someone linked it to me and I shared it immediately, because I felt it was worth a go for myself, because I knew I didn't have PCOS, but I did know that there must have been something that needed tweaking. Went on her channel and there's a TTC vlog that you click onto on her story link, and she tells you what she took, which I've just told you. She gives you the link on Amazon and you can buy it, and she recommends taking it for at least, she said, a lot of these people that got back to her with success stories had been taking them for 6 weeks to 3 months and had real good results. So I think when you think of your body and your vitamins, I think really 6 weeks to 3 months is a good amount of time to get your body all rebooted and reset, ready to embrace a pregnancy with vitamins. But if you've had a miscarriage as well, it might take a little bit longer. So I had a miscarriage, and then as soon as my period started, I started the combination. So I think this month or next cycle will definitely be the time for me, because it'll be 3 months taking the vitamins and it'll be 4 clear months after the miscarriage. So that is what I'm hoping. There's other self-care things you can do, obviously, too. No, you're going to have to hang on 1 minute. I'll just pause this for 2 seconds and we'll go back to self-care. Sorry about that. She had a little snack and was all settled, but she'd run out of games to play downstairs. So hopefully we'll have a quiet 10 minutes so that I can finish this vlog. So yeah, self-care, I was saying, please strip line and streamline your life and your body before you go down those routes. I can't emphasize enough. I was going to say also, cutting out caffeine's a good one. Maybe getting reflexology or acupuncture if you can get it in your area and you can afford it and it's something that you believe in. That's great as well. I'm having reflexology twice a week at the moment, just for the fertility side of things. Usually I'd have reflexology once a week. But I've increased it because I just think all the time, like today, I saw Jan for an hour today. It was so beneficial because I finished my period on day 8 of my cycle today. So I finished my period, like day Saturday was like very, very, very light. Sunday spitty spotty, yesterday nothing at all on a pad, so I was all ready and geared up to go. And I had reflexology twice last week, and she did sort of go over the areas a little bit more so once I'd come on my period. She said it might cause a heavy period. Now that's the only thing, if you're already on AF when you have reflexology, it does increase the flow. But again, I take the positive out of having AF, another positive attitude. When you've had a miscarriage, you've got the seed, you've got the egg, you might just need to tweak. When you get AF, count it as 1, your uterus is working, thank the Lord. Secondly, you're getting periods, and thirdly, it's a detox. Every time your body is getting rid of every time it has a period, it's getting rid of old blood, and it's like a new beginning. Cycle day 1 it's horrible. We all try for a baby, get so excited in the 2-week wait, but anxious and nervous, and then when you get to about 11 DPO and you can start testing, you know, some of us like to test 2 or 3 days before we're due our period. It's so exciting. You get a thrill from buying the test, you get a thrill from doing a little pee in a cup, and oh, it's so exciting, just those 3 minutes waiting for the line, and when it doesn't come up, you're bummed. And you feel like that for a good few days, and then when your period comes, you do have cycle day 1 to 2 feeling really crappy. You feel crap anyway because you're bloated, you're probably tired, you're irritable, but it doesn't help that you haven't fallen pregnant. But again, now I've been sort of there for the last 18 months to 2 years, I sort of take it as a positive that thank the Lord I'm having periods still, and this is a detox. Do you know what I mean? I'm getting all the old out and I'm going to embrace the new in a week's time. That's how I'm turning it around. And I know a lot of you say that the positive attitude I have is sort of catching on with you guys, and that's all I want. That's from this channel, that's all I want. I want to make friends that we can support each other. I don't want people to say, you've got 5 kids already, you've got 2 girls, 3 boys, how can you be so selfish? Or you look really old to have a 6th baby, or how can you fit them all in a 4-bedroom house? Blah, blah, blah. I don't want all that negativity. It's my life, mine and Aaron's decision. We want another baby. The children want another baby. We're ready to embrace number 6. And I will definitely keep trying until I get that baby. If, however, that is not the universe's plan for me, then okay, I will accept, you know, and move on. But at the moment, I do feel I've got time on my side, and the self-care is the route I'm going down at the moment. I was going to say, if sort of in the next 6 months nothing happens, I know I keep moving it on. I did say August originally. If I wasn't pregnant by August, I would get my ovarian scan, and I'd get it privately, because on the NHS you have to be a certain age, and you also have to have, they will not put me as urgent because I've got children and it just won't be funded. The cut-off point normally, I think they sort of say, if you've got no children, they will put you forward for IVF up to the age of 40. But they wouldn't do that for me because I've got 5 beautiful children anyway that are healthy. They would probably see someone the age of, I don't know, 36 maybe to 40 who'd been trying for quite some time. They might put you on the list, but it's very, very difficult at this time, and COVID's made it even worse for you guys out there that have been trying with no luck, and then you're on a list. I've heard at the moment that the NHS round here, the waiting list has got awful because where the hospitals all closed for 3 to 4 months, there's such a backlog. So if you've done all of that and you know self-care's not going to work for you, you've cut out nicotine, you've cut out caffeine, you've enriched your vitamins, you've increased your exercise, you've never experienced a miscarriage, you've never even seen a positive pregnancy test, and you know that you've got something, you know, that is more dramatic, that needs some help, then obviously what I'm saying now is not going to benefit you. But I'm just saying, if you've been trying for 6 months to 18 months, but you've not streamlined or stripped out certain things in your diet, certain things you haven't addressed, there might be just something you're just doing very basic that's not agreeing with a pregnancy. I know that some people don't have enough sleep. Well, you've got to have sleep, you've got to rest your body. At night is when your whole body reboots and rejuvenates and resets. That is a very good medicine. Chinese torture, they say, in the very, very olden days, was starving people and starving them also of sleep. It's sleep deprivation that can be a killer. I think they said it was China. Was it Chinese torture? Something like that. It was something it was something years and years ago. And they used to put people and deprive them not just of food and water, but it was a sleep. And, you know, so you need your sleep. You just need it. Water, a very basic thing that we've all got around us, thankfully. again, you've really got to be drinking a good 3 or 4 big glasses of water a day to cleanse your body and detox. You do need good, wholesome whole foods as well. It's lovely to have the odd processed food. It's lovely to have the odd treat. I'm not a massive fan of processed food, but I love, you guys know me now, I love my dark chocolate. I will buy a bar of dark chocolate a week. I've got it down to 1 bar a week now. I did go up to like 2 in lockdown. But yeah, I buy a bar of 80% chocolate and break a few bits off. I really enjoy that. But the whole of purer food is much better. So, you know, swap your salted peanuts for your raw nuts. Swap your chocolate for a purer, darker form. If you like sweet treats, maybe make those bliss balls I was on about. They're like truffles, but they're with prunes and dates. Yes, they're high in sugar, but it's natural fructose. It's fruit sugar. So once you've streamlined your sleep, your water, your diet, then go on to the next thing. Think, am I having enough vitamins? Do I need that vitamin check? If you're tired all the time, you might need a basic iron check like I had. I was sort of borderline anemic. Not quite anemic, but sort of almost there. So they prescribed me 2 iron tablets a day for like 2 months, and then to drop to 1 a day after. I'm still on them now. Occasionally I don't take them, but I probably take maybe 1 iron tablet 3 or 4 days a week, just to boot me and make sure that I just to reboot my system and make sure I've got good enough levels there, because iron is a really important vitamin when you're you know, implanting the egg. So definitely once you've done your diet, your sleep pattern, your vitamins, you could maybe ask the doctor, sort of say, we're TTCing, we've been trying for a baby for a good few months, I'd like a vitamin and folate check if that's okay. And it is a simple blood test and you should get your results within the week. They will do that for you. That's a really good one. But like I said, I did sort of say August time I'd have an ovarian scan at the Spire, which is my private hospital that's nearby. They said they could fit me in within 2 weeks. The downside is it's around 150 to 180 pounds. But it's not the money. I just think, do you know what? I don't think that's a massive problem for me at the moment. All the time I feel my ovulation pain, even if my ovulation's been slightly later, I think it might be a case of the miscarriage has made it later. Or maybe, well, I think this time the miscarriage made my, definitely made my period later, my ovulation later. I ovulated late once before. I didn't come on for about, I think it was day 36, and that was when I'd just given up breastfeeding, so that was very apparent. It was normal, do you know what I mean? If you've only just given up breastfeeding, your periods won't regulate for a good 2 or 3 months usually, could be a bit longer. Again, all this advice and all my opinions are just based on personal experience or what I've read up on. I am of an age where, you know, I've learnt quite a bit. I've breastfed all my children, I've expressed, I've also given them express bottles. I've had a stressful hospital birth, and then I've had beautiful home births. I've obviously nursed, I've got boys, I've got girls, and I do feel I can offer you advice, but none of this is backed by a medical, I'm not like a medical practitioner, I'm not a qualified nurse, midwife or doctor by any means. So what I say is just what I'm doing, or maybe opinions I'm giving, or what I've read up on, which you can maybe just, you know, listen to, Google yourself, look into yourself, see if it suits you, and maybe just check with your GP, like the COQ10. If you think, well, I haven't got diabetes, I'm not on any blood thinners, do you know what, that might be a good go. Just maybe double check it with your GP, what you're going on, if you think you need to, if you've been on any treatment that you might think, oh, is that a red flag for you? Just double check and then get going with that. It might be that 2 months of that and you are on your way to a rainbow baby. So yeah, I've been doing my combo of vitamins. I feel really good. So I had reflexology today with Jan, and it was amazing. She worked all on my adrenals, and adrenals, when you work on those, it gives you great circulation, and you need good circulation to get your period, get all your bloods going, get that lush lining and the estrogen surge going, all of that. So the adrenals she worked really hard on. She also worked on my uterus and the fallopian tubes, hoping that, you know, if there's an egg there, it'll be tip-top condition and released without any hiccups. So yeah, I'm on cycle day 8. We've already started the whole, we're going to do the baby dancing every other night. We're just going to go with the flow. Obviously, if Aaron's tired, we won't. But Vashti sees a fire sign baby, as we know that. If I fall pregnant now, I think it'll be due the 2nd week of July, which is still water sign. I've had a look into it. Hang on a minute. Oh, that's better. Got peppermint tea going. school run in 20 minutes. So I was, obviously it's a guide what she gives me. She said dynamics can change, signs can change, but she definitely sees a 6th baby. She definitely sees me having another baby. That's all good. But every time I've gone, she says fire sign, fire sign, fire sign. But there was a reading back in June when she said water sign, but apart from that, it's been fire all the way through. As you know, I love her readings. I invest a lot of trust and everything into her. So yeah, if I get pregnant this cycle, which I dearly hope I do, it will be that it's due around the 13th of July. So it would have to be 10 days late to hit a fire sign. Around 10 days late. That's if I ovulate bang in the middle of a cycle, like between day 13 and day 16. If I ovulate slightly later, like day 18, it will take it on a little bit further, and then maybe I might just be a week late and have a fire sign baby. Or I might just skip, I might have another period, which, okay, it's going to be a bummer, but then it'll definitely fall in fire signs. So that I'm going to take the positive as well. So I'm hoping this cycle is it. Reason being, I've now, like I said, I've purchased those vitamins. This will be the 4th time, and I'm on 3 months now of taking them. I think this is my 12th week this week of taking them. So that's my story at the moment. Been on the vitamin combo since June. After my miscarriage, I counted that as day 1, and came on day 33 on my AF, and that's when I started these combination of vitamins. Then I came on day 23, and then this time was day 36. So I'm hoping that's all my hiccups of my cycle out the way, and I am putting that down to not age, not PCOS or anything like that. I'm purely putting that down to I miscarried. So yeah, if you think any of my channel is going to help you guys, then feel free to subscribe. I'd love you to give me the thumbs up as well, because it shows me that these videos are helping you. Big congratulations to Amy, who follows me on here. She's in a very early stage of her pregnancy. Happy pregnancy. I'm so happy for you, darling. She says I've helped her. She's taken the COQ10. She's been trying for quite a while. She's also had one fallopian tube removed because of an ectopic pregnancy, so this is really a miracle pregnancy, and I'm so happy for you. I hope it goes really well. Like I say, she's fast approaching 7 weeks. It's early days, but she's feeling sick and tired, and although that's crap, it's all good for pregnancy. So happy pregnancy to you, my darling, and you deserve it more than anyone. Also, Sophie, my love's with you, hon. She's had a BFP. She stays in touch with me. There's loads of you out there, so many I can hardly remember to say hi, but definitely let me know. There's a lot of you that message me saying you're taking the combination. There's another girl, Abby, who's following me. I think she started them the same time as me. I think we're both going into our 3rd month of taking them. She's ordered them 3 or 4 times. She's sort of got the cut-off point. She's going to do like 4 months like I am, and then move on to something else. I've sort of said I'm going to take these Vit combination till November, December time. Then after December, if it doesn't work, I might just carry on taking a COQ10, but I might just take 1 or 2 tablets. I don't know. It just depends how I feel, and money and all of that. I mean, at the moment, it's affordable. It's probably that little combination I take is probably the same price as a coffee every day, isn't it? It's probably about £1.50 a day of tablets. Also, as you know, I've taken a D3 vitamin now. Is it D3, D7? D3. Because the sunshine's gone down now, it's getting to winter. I did it last year. I felt it made me feel good. So I am just taking one of those a day, and they take about 3 to 4 weeks to get in your system, but they are brilliant for bones, calcium and fertility. So if you fancy taking one of them, winter time is a great time to start taking them, or autumn time. So yeah, and I've had my flu jab. I had that last week. Yes, I'm doing plant-based, but I'll still have a flu jab, because I just think with me, prevention is the cure, and I don't want to get I don't want to fall ill, and I definitely don't want flu. I've had it twice in my life, and it is terrible. I was literally bedridden for 2 weeks, lost about half a stone, and couldn't even get my head off the pillow. And after I had flu, I had terrible sinusitis where I was just completely clogged, and it wasn't a good time. That was in 2017 when my baby was only a year old, and I was trying to breastfeed her through all of that. I managed, but I could barely get any food down, so I don't ever want the flu. They say you probably get a flu maybe once or twice in your whole life. That's why when people get sniffles and snuffles and say they've got the flu, I'm like, you don't know you've been born, because when you have it, I had to get Aaron to walk me from my bed, which is about 4 metres, to the ensuite to actually go to the toilet because I was so weak. That is how bad it is. So yeah, flu jab was done last week, so I feel all good. And why I had that done is I had that done when I was on my period, because then I can tick the box saying, are you pregnant or breastfeeding? No, because I knew I wasn't. I was on the second day of my period, which is absolutely fine. So yeah, day 8 for me. I'm hoping I ovulate more in the middle of the month. Don't really want to ovulate blooming on day 30. Don't want that. It'd just be nice for me. I would love it if I ovulate around any time between day 13 and day 18. Would be amazing for me. That's what I want. So I'm praying to God my body holds on for another week, and that estrogen inside me gets built up and luscious layers get created, and that egg is getting juicy. And like we say, we produce millions of eggs, those that are lucky enough to obviously produce them. And you do get ones, even if you're 22 years old or 42 years old or 38 years old, you are going to get 2 or 3 tip-top eggs followed by a crappy one. That is just how it goes. It's perfectly normal. You know, you are going to have a duff egg along the way, just like your husband might have fine sperm, but there might be occasions it's not so great. So just make sure you're resting well, eating well, drinking well, staying off the alcohol as much as you can, staying off the caffeine as much as you can. I do have 3 or 4 caffeine drinks a week. So, you know, I might like have a very, very milky latte with real coffee 2 or 3 times a week, maybe 4 at the most. But I only have decaf peppermint tea and decaf coffees usually. But yeah, I would say, in fairness, 3 a week is probably if I've got to go to a garage, because they don't do a decaf option, they don't do a vegan option. So although I'm plant-based, there will be a couple of times I have to, because then I think I'm going to go 2 or 3 hours without a drink, and I really do enjoy that. And what was I going to say? Obviously alcohol. I haven't touched alcohol for ages, literally ages. I think probably a few months ago I might have had a glass of wine, but I've gone off it actually a bit, and Aaron only drinks like on a Friday and Saturday a few beers, but it does help if you can cut back on the alcohol as well. And obviously nicotine, if any of you do smoke, it's a good time to give up, guys. It's not a great era to be smoking in, but I'm not going to be the big bad wolf. If you do it, cut down and then, you know, give up. It's not great. It's definitely not good for your inside of your body, as we all know. But I reckon once you've got all of that tip top, if you seriously did all that and wasn't falling, then yeah, get some help. But try to not stress about it, I reckon. And my way forward is definitely thinking positive. And there's a lady that's also messaged me. She's getting her first lot of reflexology, cycle day 11, and really excited. And I reckon it's a good move to have. If you can afford it and go for it at least once a week, it's great. And, you know, even if you have it once, see if you like it, see if it suits you. And then if you can, maybe 2 or 3 times a month would be tip top for TTCing. But see how you get on. But love to all, friendship to all. Thank you for watching. I hope this was all right, this vlog. It's a bit like probably going over everything we've chatted about, but I just think it's nice to stay in touch, and I might not get to vlog until the end of the week when I have reflexology. I was just trying to get clear of the car vlogs just so that you can actually see my face and it's a bit more inviting. But yeah, love and friendship to all, and please stay in touch. I'll see you soon. Baby dust to all.